small explanation on the 7-kappa tool. I'll go over how it relates to Pratt, also the instructions on what to be careful for, the participant data input part, and the blue part and red part, which are tables and results based on the input from the Pratt data. So to get situated, before using the 7-kappa tool, Pratt is most likely going to be used, and 3 utterances of some vowels are going to be measured, which are displayed here for 7 correlates: F0, F1, 2, 3, 4, intensity and duration. So Pratt provides those measurements, or we can measure through Pratt and collect this data here. However, the mean data is not provided by Pratt and is provided in the 7-kappa tool. It's important that although it may seem kind of a slower process to input the data in the 7-kappa tool just to generate a mean, the time spent in doing that actually yields a lot more data for you. So let's go over the instructions. So basically, is just to make life easy. Pratt measurements take a lot of time, but also organizing, analyzing, and presenting information in a pertinent manner can also take as much time. So in order to hopefully reduce that time, this tool was developed, the 7-kappa tool. One important note is that it runs on Excel and it has macros. So once you open the file, it will ask you up here on a yellow band to enable the macros and trust the formulas that are embedded in here. So please do accept that in order for it to run smooth. We have Pratt, and we kind of know what we're going. And so now it's time to put that participant information in the 7-kappa tool. So we'll go here to participant 1, and right off the bat we see a lot of stuff going on, and it is designed to consolidate a lot of information into some sheets, but it will make sense once you kind of go into details. The top part here is the only part that you will be actually changing or modifying or inputting. This is where your data comes from or goes from Pratt. Here are means for each of the vowels for the participant, which can then be set in here in your Pratt sheets if needed. So going back to participant 1. On the side here, there's also a full rendering of the 11 vowels, 7 correlates, means for the participants. It is small. It's done on purpose. It's done on purpose so that it can fit in a paper format in a Word document. So let's start. So based on the information that we collected and measured in Pratt, we're ready to put F0, F1, 2, 3 in the 7 correlates for the address val. So what you want to do is press the or click on the data box, and right away you'll see the address val form or prompt come up. And so this is an actual screenshot of the form or the data box. Unfortunately, it doesn't come up on a screen recording. It has the 3 instances for each 7 correlates. So at this point, it's just a matter of taking the information from one side and inputting into this form. Because you didn't need to see all of that. But basically, once you've inputted all the information, you're ready to submit. Alright, submitting populates all of that information into the table, which then populates all the information that you will see coming forth. So the most important for you at this point, the first thing you can do is take information here from the mean and and put it in the Pratt text grid. Okay, so closing it, now we can move on to the face. So pull up your face text grid from Pratt, look at all your measurements, and again, just continue on with inputting the data. So once you're done completing all of the vowels, you have all of the means, and you're able to put that in the Pratt file, or the text grid, sorry. So you'll see that now you have a complete participant table for all 11 vowels, all 7 correlates, and all 3 utterances with the mean here. So great information to put in your paper. Then if you have more than 1 participant, you can follow through. This handles up to 10 participants. And so the hardest part of using this tool, the 7-kappa tool, was all the data entry you had to do in putting all of this information here. Now most of the analysis has been done for you, and so let's go over it. So in the blue part and the red tabs, we can see that. So the first one is the participant summary. So I'm zoomed out here, but to render a lot of information, participant summary, a comparison with GAE from the participant, and then some vowel space tables present here. So let's go a little bit in detail so we can see what we got. So the participant summary, we have 1 participant, and this is the analysis for that participant. If we compare with GAE vowels, we have the analysis done here, as well as the norm table being already pre-filled for you. So now it's just a matter of taking this and creating a vowel space that looks like this. So, creating a vowel space, now that the data has been generated based on your input, it's quite simple. Just take the box, copy paste it, open a completely new document, not a sheet, but a completely new Excel. Go ahead and paste that in. When this pops up, just paste as for values only, and you should have something like this. At this point, you just want to save the document, and we can call it 7-kappa. And important here is for norm, you have to save as tab delimited. So I'm saving because I already had it before. I'm going to replace it, and that's it. We can close this and go to norm. Okay, so we're at norm, and we want to normalize the file we just created. We're just gonna put it here, and this is the one right here. And typically we don't have to change anything. Normalize, and based on the data that you've inputted, you now have a vowel space here, a vowel space comparing to GAE, and you also have the same feature for the participant alone. Generally, to give an extra look at how data look once it's filled in above a participant. So here's participant 1, participant 2. Similarly, all the tables here, a separate table for participant 2. You'll notice that some tabs are yellow, which signifies that both participant 1 and participant 2 are in a table next to each other. That is to make it fit into one regular Word page. So now if we go back to our measurements, you'll see that everything is tabulated for the 2 participants now. 2 participants comparison, 2 participant vowel spaces, 2 participant internal and external intelligibility, etc., etc. So F0 now is tabulated, has a mean and a standard deviation, so on and so forth, up to 10 participants. Similar to the comparison with GAE for the vowel space, you have the same here for your participant, and you just have to do the steps I showed you. There's help here, and you'll get your rendering for your participant. Okay, next, there's a tab for masking analysis, the AMI theory developed by Dr. Kofi, and the internal intelligibility of your participant or participants is displayed based on the data that you put in from Pratt, and an external intelligibility is available as well. Here it's up to the researcher to determine intelligibility rating based on these, so they are left for you to change. Next, we have individual tables for each correlate. Here we have F0. We have the GAE data on the top that can be edited if you need to change that, and your Pratt data is generated here. The mean is here for up to 10 participants as a standard deviation. When we have more than 2 participants will show up. We also have a calculation on the difference between the acoustic distance between GAE and your participant, and also a J&D rendering if it's over or below the G&D. Same is done for F1, F2, F3, F4, intensity, and duration. So this is the 7 kappa tool. Hope this was helpful. If you have any question, my email is here. Thank you.